Hello, loves. I just channeled a class on unshakable belief, and I just wanted to come in and share a few nuggets with you because it was a really powerful class. I was tapping into what disrupts us from having belief in the first place. I always cover what belief is, right? Or the thing that I'm talking about in my class. So why is belief important? Why do we want to focus on it? And belief is our connection within. It's connection to infinite wisdom and source. And so then I talked about what disrupts it. And it was really cool because the first thing that I got was societal belief systems, which is really interesting, right? Because belief is in there and so is systems. And so I was talking about how these human constructed belief systems have really limited the way that we see the world, our connection to the world and our connection to ourselves and our part of that greater being. So we unraveled some of the belief systems that came through as well. And then we talked about how do we build it? And we talked about finite versus infinite thinking, which I want to cover in a post maybe today. Coming back in, plugging into this new circuitry that we're building of people who are connected, who are tuned back in, and why it's so hard for us to create that new system, that new infinite system. I love these classes because they give me an opportunity to break down these words and use real discernment in the words that I'm using. Right? Breaking down what is a belief and what are the different types of beliefs and why does it matter? And then also systems. So is system really a bad word? Do systems have to confine us? Do they have to limit us? And the answer is no. That's what I love about these classes because they let me challenge those things. And I'm so tuned in. And, as I'm teaching, it's fun because I'm no, actually, this is what I'm seeing and this is what's true. And it's really such a beautiful space. And at the end of the class, I actually taught the energy of self-belief. So for those of you that have done my level 1 intuition class, hey, Alicia. For those of you who've done my level 1 intuition class, I teach a number of energies to support that daily channeled connection. Self-belief is one of those. So at the end of this, it was only perfect on unshakable belief to teach that belief. And one thing I do want to offer here that I shared in the class is that when I connect to intuition, I was initially taught to connect to true self, to connect to higher self. And then in my travels, that evolved because I had an 80-year-old mystic question me, and she said, when you connect, you need to connect to soul, not to true self. And immediately it resonated, but I couldn't understand why, because when I walked away from her, I said to myself, that's what I am connecting to. What is she talking about? And I wasn't getting it, but it wasn't leaving my energy. And overnight, I realized that what came through, the message that came through at 3 a.m. was when we connect to self, it's a limited version of our higher being, right? So it was a higher version of myself that I was connecting to, but it was limited because it was at a point in time. And so the energy, I bring that up because the energy that I teach is self-belief. But the importance of that is that we have to turn back on ourselves. We have to connect back to that light within us, connect back to that belief within us, that true infinite belief system within us. When we plug back in, that's when we can amplify and plug back into this infinite system that we're creating of new beliefs, of not human constructed belief. So I just wanted to share a little bit from the class because I'm really excited. It was these classes are not going to be traditional type classes. It's just the knowledge that comes through, it just blows my mind. And I'm really excited to be offering these now. So if you want to plug into it, let me know. Let me know. I'm going to be uploading it now. Sending lots of love. Happy Thursday.